Even though it may be realistic to admit that there's hardly any news in the sermon for most people, the core message of the gospel nonetheless contains a truth that no one has yet fully made true. Real listening means nothing less than the constant willingness to confess that we have not yet realized what we profess to believe. Who likes to hear, for example, that the first will be last if that person is first? Who wants to hear that those who are poor, who mourn, who are hungry, thirsty, persecuted, are called happy, when that person is wealthy, self-confident, well-fed, praised for his good wines and admired by his friends? Who wants to hear that she has to love her enemies and pray for those who persecute her, when she has a neighbor she'd rather ignore or criticize, or even her own daughter she can't get on with? The message might be the same through life and might be repeated over and over again in different words and styles. But we who would let it really come through and allow ourselves at the same time the possibility of coming to an insight that might well have consequences to our style of life, which we are not eager to take. The truth, after all, is radical. It goes to the very roots of our lives in such a way that few want it and the freedom that it brings. There is, in fact, such an outright fear to face the truth that, and with all its directness and simplicity, that irritation and anger seem to be the more common human response than a humble confession that we also belong, or might belong, to a group that Jesus criticized.